To not worry about the elimination round. If you're just joining us, we finished the opening round for the women. Caroline Marks got that last win to go straight to the quarterfinals as we check out our matchup. World number 4, Ethan Ewing, taking on Coyote Belly and Rio Waida, Joe Turpel, Jesse Mendez, longtime CT stamp. The sometimes real challenging moments that were provided at Super Tubos. Got his highest single score of the season in his opening round win. Looks like we will get started with Ethan Ewing. And just up and out, famous for having one of the best styles on tour. Even when he's going straight, he looks good. At the start of the year, positioned himself in the WSL Final 5. Since then, he's been dealing with a series of 17th. So his goal here is to break free of that rhythm. Big whip on the backhand of Ethan Ewing. Nice wrap again, nice vertical surfing. Packaging that wave up quite well.
Put in the wrong spot, just everything in the perfect timing right there, getting vertical, nice and tight. And just kind of a transition turn because the wave was a little bit flatter and finishing off strong. A little smaller wave, but a good warm-up, a good start for him.
Have your body react in quality waves and small surf to be really quick and agile, and key thing, stay injury-free. As we look at Ethan Ewing again on the backhand, second turn, throwing some water, tracking well down the line. Looks like he'll fit in a 4th major and finish off down the beach. So back-to-back lefts for the Australian. Kind of had to grow up on tour. Decided last year wisely, I'm going to take some time off. Kind of reminds you of the Katie Simmers decision. And now look at her now. Solid 100% into the quarterfinals. And we'll see if she's going to take out this event for the first time in her career.
So falling off tour the first year, it was very tough, but he was so young as well, so he was just able to mature and just, get better at what he needed to, and now he's back in full throttle.
Looks like Rio Waida finding some space on the left, hits it over the roof, and he's out. Experience a CT quarterfinal back in Portugal. Because I really think his mindset there is just he wants to absorb it as well and bring it in to his act. Here's Waida again. Nice form on the wrap. Oh, he's speedy in the pocket. And now frames it vertically and fades out of the flats.
Put him back in the game, and Rio here pushing a little too much, kind of almost lost it right there. Also, the wave kind of died it out and had a lot of lump throughout the wave, but way to regain how much effort he's putting in. And you see here Kyle, a little white watery wave, but nice first turn right there. And he was able to actually get 3 times vertical up there. That's going to be a great score for Kyle.
At the Rip Curl WSL Finals with priority, the Australian on the heart of the peak will paddle right over. And checking out the right is Indonesia's Rio Waida. Frontside punt to reverse. Solid move there on one major section, especially when you don't have priority. Great use of that right-hander.
Without a very quality wave, as you see right here, just not much time, but he was able to hit the lip a little bit late, but still able to get a good rotation on the air and land it very clean. Right there, as you see it, it was a little late to the party. It wasn't his fault, it was just how the wave was, but probably a great score for kind of an average wave. If you see it right there, a little late to the party, but still a great turn, and he's going to get a decent score.
If you really need to risk like a technical grab like a stalefish, back to that in a moment, Rio up and out.
I think there's a concept in between every surfers, and I think even the judges, they understand that there's a few grabs that are definitely harder. Now we do have a little bit of lack of that, but we got some amplitude and we got some more height these days, which is fun to watch as well.
Love seeing that as we have another opportunity for Waida. Tail high reverse, a tough landing, and he pulls that one off. Waida was rewarded with a 5 for his air before, that one a bit bigger, and a tougher landing. Well done.
Uncharacteristic mistake right there, and Rio on the other end just finding that lip line, disengage his front foot, but he was able to grab her
on the punt just because that section was already closing out. Back to live with Ethan Ewing, throwing some water on the backside whip. Just one maneuver, so he's up and out.
But as you see it right here, he comes to the turn and he just stomps it a little bit too much and gets hung up. And usually you see...
it's very impressive from Waida. Backside snap off the roof. Ethan Ewing getting slowed up by that section. He'll hang in there for this inside backside tail whip reverse. We've seen a little bit more of that from him lately, especially at the Surf Ranch, where he had some aggressive finishing moves.
As you see him on this wave, it looked like a great wave kind of down the line, but the section just kind of split up a little bit there, and he identified that he wasn't that great of a wave, so he had to go big, which was smart of him. Unfortunately, just not riding it out. But the beginning of the wave looked like it was going to be such a nug. Like, I almost think that wasn't a mistake for picking that wave, just unfortunately hit it a little bit wrong. And right here we have Rio on another right. Looks like we haven't seen that. That was a huge straight air, straight into a nice carve. That was a perfect combo, as smooth as he can get.
Love that. And ended up landing his second air. Now a straight air with no reverse, showing how talented he is above the lip. Backside hack from Caio Ibelli, drills it again. Third turn, a little wrapping cutback. There's the backwash at Saquarema, but Caio stays on his feet.
Already has a 7-point ride, which is a big score. As you see right here, kind of a backwash coming through him. First turn, a lot of release. That was great. Second turn, very sharp and fast. And right there, as I spoke, see the wave kind of getting very lumpy and kind of going away from the sandbar. It's just making it a little tough, but he was able to keep the rails clean, and that was a very nice surfed wave for Caio.
There's that first connection. Was able to keep that speed going in a tight space, so well done for Ibelli. Few waves to get caught up on for the panel with a lot of surfing. And we talked about, do you need to have airs to succeed here? And it's definitely helping Waida at the moment. Looks like he's got a racetrack again, up and out, as he didn't find the ramp there, but we're getting caught up with some scores. So not the straight air with the combo. They look great. It's really cool as we see Seth preparing. Moniz has Matthew McGillivray and the local hero Joao Chianca coming up next.
So you can, nice wave here for Caio. That was it's the backwash can be your best friend or enemy out here. That was a nice clean wave for Chu
to try to take the lead. And you think about the importance now of avoiding the elimination round. I can't get past the story with Griffin Colapinto missing a spot in the WSL Final 5, and he got a 17th here last season. As we see Rio Waida changing gears, not hunting ramps, going for big open face hooks. He's feeling the energy of a lead change right now. And actually Caio Ibelli, Ewing on the one behind him. Ewing setting up that big blast, solid start. Second move, big vert from the Australian. Throws it up for a third time. Can he finish? Climbing snap to shut it down. That's classic Ethan Ewing. Similar way how he started off this heat, but maybe even a little bit more.
The difference in between this is just the wave selection. Amazing surfing, just so much speed and control right there. Haven't caught a rail this whole heat pretty much. It's just flawless surfing for him, and I think what the judges are going to eat it up is just that first turn combined to 4 back-to-back snaps.
Oh, so impressive. Great. And this is probably your point, Jesse. You don't have to do airs to win, and this is Ethan showing that example.
Exactly. Air's your friend because you can probably get big scores like Rio did with worse waves, but see this first turn right here, how much drive he got, just enough power on the back foot to drive through that turn. Very nice. And this one getting it a little bit tighter, and right here just perfect board placement and finishing it up just to tell the judges, hey, this is excellent surfed wave.
He might be calling it a heat. Caio Ibelli, last effort, blowtail, ends up losing his footing. And so we'll wrap up the last few scores of this heat. Ethan Ewing, the most important one.
Beautiful placed turns, and just when you get 4 major turns back to back, or at least 3 major turns, the last one wasn't maybe as big, but just, yeah, flawless.